Thank you, Reggie.
Hi everyone. I hope you're enjoying the food and the wonderful view on the Argosy. My name is Cassie. I've known Natalya for over 20 years, and I can't tell you how honored I am to be standing next to her on the happiest day of her life. First of all, I'd like to thank Natalya's parents and Andy's parents for helping put together such a beautiful wedding for a special couple. I've known Natalya's parents for as long as I've known Natalya, and I know their love and support goes a very long way. I met Natalya back in elementary school. I used to go over to her house after school, and she would introduce me to the Ukrainian culture and the food. Every day after school, we'd go over and pick some food out of the garden, and they had these Ukrainian green leaves, I would call them. I never remembered what they were called, but thanks to Andre, I don't know where he is, he helped me prep for this yesterday. So for those of you who are Ukrainian, they refer to it as shovel, I think. Shovel. Natalya's mom would make us food that I would eat with sour cream. Again, I didn't know how to pronounce it, so I called it white food because the color was white. Again, I've been practicing this for those of you who are Ukrainian. We call it pelmeni. And I don't know why I would always call it green leaves and white food, because really, Natalya, я говорю по-українськи. So for those of you who don't understand, it means I speak Ukrainian. Some of the stuff Natalya's taught me. Natalya and I are in our own little world sometimes. Back in high school, we took German class together, and one of our assignments was to bring in German food the next day, to bring in some kind of German dessert. So I don't remember if it was my idea or Natalya's idea. One of us, they're great minds, decided to bring flan for German class. The other one didn't hesitate to disagree. So we spent a couple hours making flan, bring it to class the next day, present it, only to find out flan's a Mexican dish. So we get laughed at. We lose points, I think, instead of getting extra credit. Whatever. The great thing about that is we weren't embarrassed. Like, we laughed about it, we had fun with it, and it's one of our best memories today. Natalya, you make anything fun. I'm never embarrassed, and you just have that in you.
Sometimes you're embarrassed.
Sometimes. And Natalya has a talent of bringing that out in others, to make them just enjoy the moment and not worry about a thing. So thank you for being that person. Natalya also has a great quality of putting everyone before herself. I've actually lived with Natalya for a while, and Andy, I can tell you what it's like to live with her. First of all, she'll make sure you never go hungry. She'll always make you food. She'll even text message you, call you, find out what time you're coming home so she has dinner ready on the table. And if you need a cocktail that day, your drink will be on the table as well. There was one time when she did make dinner and didn't completely clean off the stove. And so left a few greasy pieces in, I forgot, the burner. So the next day we turned on the oven and got a few flames on the stove top. But that's okay, that's normal with Natalya. We fixed it. Second, Natalya will put a blanket on you whenever you're cold. She's very sweet. Even if you're not cold and you fall asleep on the couch, Natalya will be there to put a blanket on you and you'll wake up warm and cozy. Third, Natalya will always make you tea. Whether you want it or not, I will come home full, don't want anything else on my stomach, and she'll put a cup of tea. Fourth, yes, Natalya will always ask the difference between dish soap and dishwashing detergent. She had an incident back in the day, not when I lived with her, but she's very good about making sure it never happens again. I don't know why I was doing that. But she's very good at preventing those kind of kitchen disasters. But just make sure you put a big label on them, so you don't ruin them. And last, Andy, I think you'll like this one, but she will pick out your clothes for the week and you can iron them for you. She's picked out my clothes, she's picked out my husband's clothes, and I'll have a week all iron hanging up in the closet.
Make sure they're ironed.
The first time I met Andy was at Natalya's birthday party. I was really excited to meet you, Andy, because she was telling me about this awesome guy that she met who shared a similar faith, liked the same kind of music, someone who should just have fun with and liked to be weird, just like she was. And so the minute I met you, I just could tell how much you cared for her, how sweet you were to her. You were helping her run food in and out of the house, you were making drinks for all her guests, and just getting into everyone's circle so you can get to know them. It was very important to you to get to know your friends. And it was just right off the bat, I could tell. It's moving. Or I didn't love it. So I could tell how much, is that better? Hello. Okay. So I could tell how much you cared for her. That night, you two busted out your instruments. Natalya had her violin. Andy took out his guitar. And where's Andre? Andre joined the family band for a little bit with his harmonica skills. But the two of them played us some music, just enjoyed each other's company, and they had so much fun together. I remember thinking to myself, Andy's a guy version of Natalya. Exactly the same person. Andy, ever since you came into Natalya's life, I hear all about the sweet things you do for her and how happy you make her. And I want to thank you for that because Natalya truly deserves it. Natalya, you've been a best friend in my life for over 20 years. You're someone I can always count on, and it's hard to find friends these days you can be so comfortable with. Tell them anything, things they want to hear, things they don't want to hear. You're a sister to me, you're my family, you always will be. I can always count on you, and I hope you know that I'm going to be someone you can always count on for the rest of your life. I know you and Andy will be happy together, and I wish you guys the best. So with that, I'd like to make a toast to Andy and Natalya, wishing them wonderful things in their future, a lifetime of love and joy, surrounded by those who love them, and for all their wishes to come true, and many kids. Cheers!